Hello and welcome back, everybody, to That Pretentious Book Club, your favorite book club. That's all I got. That's it.
I
that
like
was the whole
it.
episode.
Your favorite book club. Okay, see you guys next week.
We were just here to remind you that we're your favorite.
Don't forget it.
Just popping in to just a reminder for everyone to just dispense the propaganda. That's funny. Well, anyways, that over there is your host, Kendall Shaw, aka Dr. Spoons Palermo.
Hi, howdy. And over there, you're hearing the sultry sounds of Ash O'Rourke, but you can call her Wheezy.
It ain't easy being wheezy. I was trying to match my voice. You said I was sultry. Did I do good?
I loved it. Yeah, that was really good.
I did it good. Thank you.
You did it good. Yeah.
I did it good. I'm so sultry. How do I do it?
Oh my God. How does she do it? Well, hey, everybody, if you don't want to hear us rattle on, use the skip notes in your use the skip notes in the description to skip ahead to hear us discuss A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare.
Yeah,
by our boy Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakes, which I learned from Spoons, and I say exclusively now. Like everything that I say that's like marginally entertaining, I feel like I just get it from you. I didn't
know it. That I was the one who started saying Billy Shakes. I don't know 100%. Where. I think my dad says that.
I could see your dad saying that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Your dad would be like the most fun English teacher.
I know, right? He should come back on the pod.
Oh, he should come back on the pod.
We did a really good episode with Mice and Men, I thought.
Yeah, that was good. I think a lot of people liked that one too. We should definitely have him back for another classic.
Yeah, I'll ask him what he wants to do. He is very well read. He reads all the time, which is funny because like he reads way more now than he did when he was an English teacher, for sure.
Well, that sounds about right because it's work when you have to do it for work.
That's true.
Oh, well, anyways, how has your week been?
It's been all right. Guess what? I got sunburned for the third time this summer.
Wow.
And it's bad. Not as bad as the other times, but this time it was on my shins, which is a weird, terrible place to be sunburned. And also, once again, on my poor right boob. My right boob keeps getting sunburned more than my other boob because that boob is bigger. So like it gapes more on the fabric. So there's more boob to get burned.
Yep. 100%. Any guys listening are like, this happens? Yeah. This is what it's like. It's true.
I know.
That's funny. But why the shins? How did your shins get sunburned specifically?
Because I was tubing. So like my legs are all propped up. So my whole back is completely untouched, but my front got a little toasty.
I should have known because when you get a shin burn, it is from tubing. I should have immediately been like, shin burn, she was tubing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I got an actual burn from, we were lighting like firecrackers and stuff for 4th of July, and like the little like puck that you like use to like light stuff, whatever. Puck and Midsummer Night's Dream.
I know, I was about to say something and then I was like, don't ruin it, Kendall. But you did it.
I burned myself. I ruined it because I wanted to bring it up, but I burned myself. And it's every time I try and show somebody over like a camera, it looks like it's not in the dead center of my wrist. I'm twisting my arm, but it is. It's the dead center of my wrist.
Oh my God.
And this is like 4 or 5 days later, obviously, but it was like a whole like burn straight down through my skin, and it like blistered, and it was disgusting. And like it was, I mean, it's tiny, but burns hurt. And this is definitely the worst burn I've ever had because I burned like I soldered a hole in my wrist. It looks like an alien implant. God.
That's crazy.
I know. I mean, it's like dead center of my wrist, so it's kind of cool because it looks like an alien implant because of the placement. I'm hoping it's scars.
This is sacrilegious, but the first thing I thought when you showed it to me was, okay, it's giving crucifixion.
Oh, it's what's it called? What's it called?
Yeah, I forgot.
For that occurrence, I forget. Kind of like that, but not, and just one side. And I'm gonna go with alien implants. Yeah. So if it's scars, that's what I'm gonna tell everybody. Yeah. Do you want to hear some fun animal updates?
Yes.
Okay, well, first of all, I gave all of the pets their flea medicine today, and Flora got wise to it because I want them to all be on the same schedule. Flora got wise to it right when it was her turn. So then I spent like an hour looking for her to give her her damn flea medicine.
Oh my God.
Which was just obnoxious. And also, I got a call at 7 a.m. this morning from the post office telling me I could go pick up my chicks because they arrived. So, yeah, so I rushed out there before work to the post office, and the post office here is like in this super old building from like the 1800s, and it's so little, and I still can't find the front of the building, and there's like 2 parking spaces. So I like parked like in like the Main Street downtown area by the other old buildings, walked to the back of the post office because I can't find the front, and I accidentally opened a door like into the back where like the employees were, and I was like, hello, I know this is not the right door. I was told to come to the back, but I'll be honest, I'm here because I can't find the front door. I was just going to go in the front door anyways. And so then she was like, oh, here, you can go around the back. And they have this like really old doorbell if you go around like the correct back door. And I rang it and she's like, oh yeah, come on this way. And so I followed this like super cool, super butch girl over to where there's like stacks of live chicks that had just arrived that morning. And she gave me my little box and off I went, and they're so cute and so tiny.
I love that. Little chicks. So how many do you have now?
Well, we had 10 this morning and now we have 9 chicks. One of them died, and considering that they were all eating and drinking this morning, and there's no like water spillage, and it's definitely been plenty warm, I think probably she was sick. And there's 2 chickens that were smaller than all the other chicks, and so I thought maybe it was just like a breed thing because it's a mix of breeds. And so, but maybe she was just sick actually. So that was really sad, but what else is new here? Baby. But so now total, we have 17 chickens.
Oh my God.
Yes, because this is I keep seeing like jokes about like chicken math. If you guys are on like Farm Talk at all, I don't know if it's actually called Farm Talk.
It should be.
I call it Farm Talk.
Chicken Talk.
Yeah, chicken talk. I'm sure that's a thing too. People are doing all these like, here's how chicken math works. Let me explain it to you. And then they basically explain like, well, I got this many chickens and then this thing happened to these chickens, so I had to replace them. But so then I replaced them with like more chickens than I got in the first place. And so every time I've heard like someone on Farm Talk talking about chicken math, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like you just wanted more chickens. But here I am, like 2 of our chickens got of our big chickens by the snake a while ago. And so we were like, well, 8 chickens and one of them's a rooster. So 7 hens really isn't enough like laying hens. We wanted more than that. So we were like, okay, we got to replace them. But the feed stores only have they've been like really limited on their variety. And so we're like, well, we could order some to the post office. And then, because that's what a lot of people do. But then they only can come in batches of 10. So I was like, so I guess we're getting 10 chicks. And I was like, now I understand chicken math.
This
is how it happens.
Like an exponential line.
Chicken math is exponential 100%. I also feel like it's just like farm math. Like you get one animal, then you're like, well, it needs a friend. Like we got Brown and we were like, we need another dog though. And then Raul just found us. And what we were going to do, turn him away. So anyways, so yeah, I gave
that we now have Raul. I want to meet him Raul. So bad.
He will love to meet you. He's the friendliest, sweetest boy, and he also got his flea meds today. So they all got dosed. So come out. I promise you won't get fleas.
All right. Yay. Well, that's what was keeping me away. So
I know it was the number one concern.
Yeah. I can't be doing with the fleas.
Yeah. Well, what did you do for the 4th?
Well, I just kind of hung out with my family because Samuel, my brother, was leaving again soon. So he left on Tuesday. So we're kind of chilling out. I made everybody watch Stand By Me because Samuel had never seen it. So I finally got to rewatch it. I've been wanting to rewatch it for like a long time.
Is that a Keanu movie or?
No, it's a River Phoenix movie. And then also Will Wheaton is in it and Kiefer Sutherland. It's a great film. You should watch it. It's a classic. You never want to watch movies, but it's so good.
No, I'll watch it with you. I like to watch movies with people. I just almost never watch them by myself. It just feels like a lot of time. But then again, I did watch the last half of volume 4 of Stranger Things in a day. So like I could just watch a movie and spend way less time. But okay, Stranger Things, you guys, is so good.
Dude, it was so insane. Good.
I was so
It was
tripped
so
out because I
crazy.
had asked Javi what, like, if this was gonna be the last season, and he said yes, but I guess he thought that I meant like the last volume of season, or the last half of season 4 or whatever. And so then when we got to the end of it, I was like, wait, they left, like, wait, no, there's more that could be resolved here. Like, is this series
Like,
not going to
that cannot be
continue?
the end.
Yeah, and he was like, of course it's going to continue. And I was like, I feel like we just discussed this.
You lied to me.
Lied. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Apparently they're gonna start writing season 5 in like August. So it's supposed to come in 2024. Whatever. I'm like freaking out. I don't want it to be so long, but I'm also like, I don't want it to be over.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. This is off topic, but I feel like you'll appreciate it. Javi texted me just now. He said, "So how much you worth, baby girl?" I don't know what that means, first of all. What are we talking about? Like, how much am I worth, like, in goats? How much am I worth, like dowry?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that means either.
Like, how much are my services worth? Like, more than you can afford. So I'm just curious. And then he says, I got all the monies now. And I'm like, maybe because he was on, like, he's on orders right now. I don't. And then he sent me a picture. He has a handful of sand dollars. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
All of the monies. I will take them all. I want them all.
That's pretty good.
It is good. They're all like perfect sand dollars too. He's in Cali right now. He got there and he's like, it was like 65 degrees. And I was like, I'm going to murder you because it's 100 degrees right now.
Right? I know. After being in New Mexico, I'm like, wait a minute. There's a better way.
There's a better way to live. It's to the point where, like, I planted my pumpkins, so you'll be happy about that. Yay! And I get to plant my sunflowers because I think you and I should, because we've talked for a little while about having like a TPPC, like kind of like a photo shoot. So we have some like professional pod photos. I think we should take some books out to the pumpkin patch, and the sunflower ring I'm planting is right behind the pumpkin patch. And I think we should just take pictures out there, like in October.
Absolutely.
100%. Oh my God, we could set up like a cute little like picnic blanket with like a little tea party and take pictures there. Anyways,
I'll bring my tea set. Oh my God.
Perfect. Oh my God, your tea set is perfect for this. Okay, so it's going to be wonderful.
My tea set is very photogenic.
It is photogenic. It's beautiful. But anyway, so I have been like, I had to get the seeds in the ground now so that the pumpkins will be ready in October. And so I went out there in the morning before work, and it was so hot. I was maybe out there for 15 minutes and there was sweat pouring. If you guys listen to the Script Training Society, you're like, we just heard the story. Nope, that was the day before. It's been so hot that literally 15 minutes outside, any kind of gentle manual labor, and like literal beads of sweat rolling down every inch of my body. Like there was like dripping down my face. This was early morning. I was like, this is freaking insane. And so then I was like looking up when I was supposed to plant my fall harvest, and they're like, we know it sounds awful, but really the middle of August. And I was like, no.
You're like, I guess I won't have a fall harvest.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess we're not eating because I'm not doing it. No, I have to do it, but it's gonna be awful. I need to like, if I had like a big like spotlight thing, honestly, I would just go out there in the dead of night because like I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I mean, you'd have to have a big light though. But also the bugs. Wait, what? I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Fall harvest, heat, hot yesterday.
Yeah.
You were saying New Mexico.
Nothing.
New Mexico is a better way to live.
It kind of is low-key, but I got distracted because some guy just walked past my window with Little Caesars pizza, and I'm like, ooh, pizza. But I've been trying to eat healthier.
Same.
I got to get back on my game.
Me too. I'm trying. Did I tell you what husband did to me this weekend?
Oh my God, I'll kill him.
Yeah, you should kill him. No, this is worthy of him being killed. It's 100%. This is death penalty, what we're discussing right now.
Ooh, okay.
So I woke up, tried on a pair of my shorts that used to be like my big shorts, and they almost didn't button. Oh no, yeah, you just wait. It gets worse, but not in the way you're probably imagining.
Okay.
I couldn't button my shorts. I'm crushed. because first of all, these are some of my favorite shorts. And then also I'm like, there's so many things that come up to this, which is like, wow, okay, I've gained more weight than I thought. Now I can't wear these shorts that I like. Am I going to have to buy new shorts? Oh no, now I have to try and eat healthy and work out more. I don't have time to work out more. I don't like healthy food. Like all of these things flood me the second I couldn't get the freaking button buttoned.
Right.
And so then I told Javi, I was like, oh my God, this is so disappointing. I can't fit into my shorts anymore. I have stopped weighing myself because I was getting kind of like obsessive about it and I don't think it was healthy, but I've always gone by how my clothes fit because I've had the same clothes for years. And so I'm like, if I can still fit in my clothes comfortably, I feel like I'm fine. Like I probably go up a few pounds and down a few pounds like all the time, but it's more about like how I feel and how I can wear my clothes. Right. And so I was just upset about that. And I was telling him like, I'm so sad. I'm going to have to like really get on the ball again and like work out more and like try and eat more consciously. I've just been kind of eating whatever I want. It's been awesome, but it's been great. It's been delightful, but now I don't fit in my shorts. So now I can't do that anymore. I'm gonna have to like get back on track for a little while. At disgusting. Least it's the worst. But anyways, so I've told him this, and then like 4 or 5 hours later, he comes back. He was out running errands. He comes back. He brought me a dozen donuts. He bought me a whole for just myself. He got a dozen donuts for himself, and he bought an entire dozen glazed Krispy Kreme donuts for me. And I was like, did you hear nothing I said this morning? And thank you for the donuts. I will be eating them because I can't control
myself. All of them into another room angrily.
So the problem is like French fries. Donuts are like the French fries of the dessert world for me. I love donuts. They might be my favorite dessert ever. I think they are. I have always been obsessed with donuts, and they're especially so just plain glazed donuts. I mean, all donuts, but just plain glazed is where it's at. And he knows that, and he did it to me on purpose. And I was so upset. Like he could have brought me like a donut and I'd have been like super over the moon and didn't need a donut. So I probably ate like 4 donuts in 2 days, which super threw me off. And then we had people over. And so my mom was like, what if we turn it into like bread pudding? And I was like, oh my God, yes. Cause then we'll just share the bread pudding donuts with everyone. And it was actually so good.
That sounds good.
I still ate some of it. So I still probably ate like 6 donuts total.
Well, could have been worse.
Could have been much worse.
Could have eaten all of them in one day.
And I might have if I hadn't just tried on my shorts and they hadn't fit, but it was very distressing. So that's why he should die.
How's your mama? Is she there?
Right now I think she's getting her nails done right now, or she's doing like a work like team building thing right now. But she's moved in and everything, so that's good. All of her stuff fits so nicely in the room that I painted, like the wall.
Oh, right, you told me that.
Yeah, you'll have to see when you come out because you're gonna, I feel like, be in love with it. It's very like cottagey, her room, and I picked the colors I picked for the house because they're very like kind of cottage feeling. But the yellow I picked, I was like, oh no, when the light is on, I guess I'd only ever looked at the paint sample like in natural light, and when the light's on, it looks more bright yellow, which is not what I wanted. And with the light off, it's like this really nice kind of buttercup yellow. And yellow can make walls look old when they're like brighter. So I was trying not to do that. And so I was really scared about that. And then my mom put all of her stuff in there, and like everything she owns went perfectly with the wall color. Like it looks like it was meant to be. So I'm happy about that. And I think she likes it. She was stressed about moving in with us, but like living out in the country is just, I think it's offset the stress that she would have gained by living with us. So.
Yeah, if she's stressed out, she can go walk outside and it's big.
Exactly. So now her bane of existence is Winnie. Winnie gets mud everywhere. He drools, and then he plants his little face like in the mud or in the sand. So when he gets up, he has a beard. He has a saliva mud beard. Ew. And yes, and he loves to like go up and like nose you. And if you're wearing a dress, he does the most obnoxious. He shoves his face up the back of your dress, and he won't stop doing it. It's infuriating. So you will have mud like literally like on your butt or on your thighs, like wherever he can get to you. It's disgusting. Vinny. Yes, and he drools all over Brownie. So Brownie's been in heaven because my mom lets her sleep on the bed with her sometimes. And Brownie's the ultimate snuggler. Like she just loves to snuggle, and she's so good at snuggling. But when she plays with Winnie, Winnie's way of playing is that he like pretend gnaws on her from her tail to the tip of her nose. And so she comes in at night after her, like, I let them like have like playtime before bed. Then I let her in, and she's soaking wet from tip of her nose to the tip of her tail from his drool. And so then I'm like, you're
Gross.
disgusting, and I just bathed you, and now no one's gonna want to snuggle with you. I don't want to.
She's like, yay, had fun.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and then
get it
she's
at
like,
all.
now you want to snuggle? Can I have a kiss? And I'm like, no, you're disgusting.
Absolutely not, you nasty thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyways, that's all my animal stories.
Good.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the book?
Yes. Usually you guys, we would
Or
talk
the
about
play?
the author. And oh, that's right, it's a play. I keep thinking book too. But it's actually a play, and I'm not going to tell you guys about William Shakespeare because I don't want to. Just kidding. It's because we already did Shakespeare. And so when we've already done an author, we don't redo the bio every time. If you guys want to hear Shakespeare's bio, it was pretty in-depth. I think we did it for our Hamlet episode in season 1, which was a while ago now. But you guys can go listen to that if you want the bio. So other than that, Spoons has to give us the summary of A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is great. Yay. Because it is so, I spent like 10 minutes before this being like, wait, Kendall, which one is which? Because I get Hermia and Helena mixed up so badly. And then I was like, and then I got it wrong. I trained myself before getting online today so I would know which one is which. And I trained myself the wrong way. So I'm going to do my best, but I'll probably mess up.
It's okay. I agree with you. I don't know why our boy Billy Shakes decided to do that with the names. They are very similar. They're both 3 syllables, end in A, and start with H. Like, what?
Yes. Why would he do that?
Also,
specifically to screw me over.
He did it for later. You. Yeah, he was like, okay, this will really mess her up.
Yeah, especially if her husband brings her a dozen donuts.
I was thinking though, and I was like, Hermia is such a pretty name, but then I was like, oh, it sounds a lot like hernia.
You ruined it. Oh my god,
like
so
it would have been so pretty if it didn't sound like that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I didn't think about that at all. I was thinking like Hermes, and I was like, Hermia is like the girly version of Hermes.
Girl Hermes.
Yeah, but you said hernia, so you've ruined it.
Sorry. I actually love all the names in the okay.
In the what?
Okay, so we are in Athens, and basically Hermia, not hernia, is desperately in love with Lysander, which might be my favorite name in the whole thing. Obsessed with that name.
Good. Yeah,
it's so good. And so Hermia and Lysander are super in love, but her dad, her stupid ass dad, is like being all terrible. And he's like, no, you have to marry who I want you to marry. And that's Demetrius. And Demetrius is like this other random guy that they know, who for some reason the dad has decided he likes better than Lysander. Yeah. And Lysander is like, I literally don't get why. I am just as rich as him, just as well regarded. Like there's no reason. And Hernia's stupid.
Hernia, you're the worst.
Hernia's stupid dad is like, well, anyway, I hate Hernia's stupid dad. I didn't even do it on purpose that time. Okay, Hermia, me. Now that I have it in my head, it like coming out. So blah blah blah. Basically, then Theseus is like the duke / king guy of Athens. And so he's wait, it is Theseus at the beginning, right? I think it is.
Theseus?
Yeah.
He's the one getting married, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. They're all getting married.
It is Theseus. Yeah, sorry. I was like, I don't know why I second guessed myself. But so basically Theseus is like in charge of everything. And he is like, oh, all right, well, you do have to listen to what your dad says because he's your dad and you have no rights. And Hermia's like, well, that's stupid. And so basically they're like, okay, Hermia, either you marry Demetrius in this certain amount of days, you give us your answer. It's either marry Demetrius or like go be a nun.
Yeah, that seems fair.
And she's like, okay, great. So then after that whole disastrous meeting, Hermia and Lysander are like, hey, let's run away and we'll go get married ourselves. And Lysander, I have an aunt who lives, a ways away, and we can go stay with her and it'll be sick and awesome and we'll get married that way. And Hermia's like, okay, sick. And so they decide to do that. And while they're deciding that, Helena shows up. Helena being Hermia's like BFF. And Helena is desperately in love with this guy named Demetrius, who we've already met.
Yep.
But Demetrius and Helena, it's implied that Demetrius and Helena used to date, but then he decided he didn't like her anymore, and now he's all about Hermia, which is kind of a dick move.
Super dick move. Like, they're besties. That is such a dick move.
I know. And Hermia's like, I don't even like him. Like, and she has her whole thing about like, Helena's like, I just don't understand why I'm like so nice to him and I love him desperately, and you're the worst to him because you don't like him and he still likes you better. And I'm like, I think you've nailed it. Like, that's kind of why he's into her.
That's the whole thing.
That's definitely like what gets him going. So Helena, they tell Helena about their plan because she's their buddy, and she's like, awesome, you guys go do that, I'm so happy for you. And as soon as they leave, she is like, okay, so I'm gonna go tell Demetrius about their plan.
Yeah,
I'm in love with Demetrius, and I'm like, this is some plan to me. I don't understand why I kind of get why she came to this conclusion, but I'm also like, there seems to be equal number, if not more, reasons why you shouldn't tell Demetrius.
Yes.
Because I feel like if she doesn't tell Demetrius, then they're gone. And then who else is he gonna date? Hermia's not there. He has to date her. But her brain did not go to that. So
no, it went to like, I'll ingratiate myself with him by telling him where his great love went, and then maybe he'll love me. Which is
it's just
a little convoluted.
She's not I don't think she's thinking that clearly.
No.
So anyway, so off to the woods, Hermia and Lysander, and then Helena tells Demetrius. But then we also have in the woods, we have all our fairy characters, because this is a fae book, you guys. So basically what's going on here is that Oberon and Titania are the king and queen of the fairies, and they're having an argument because Titania has just taken in this like little mortal boy from her friend who is like an Indian princess or something.
Yeah.
And so the little boy, she's like kind of taking him in, and like he's her little ward now. But Oberon wants the little boy. He's like, yes, this will be my new henchman. And Titania's like, how about no? And so they're arguing over this little baby.
Yep.
And Oberon's BFF / current hench person is named Puck. And Puck. Sometimes they call him Robin, but he's kind of the instigator of all the drama. So I guess Oberon is actually.
Yeah.
Puck is like proxy. Anyway, they're a little mischievous duo. They really are.
They are. And they're just like, what if we just screw over everyone because I didn't get what I wanted?
I know. But I kind of like them anyway.
It was funny. It was definitely funny.
This is a funny play.
It is. It's almost like it's a comedy or something.
So, oh my God, like, wait a minute. Okay, have you ever read The Merchant of Venice? That shit is like technically a comedy. It is not funny.
That is not, it shouldn't be. I didn't know it was supposed to be technically a comedy. The Merchant of Venice is horrifying.
It's like, how much can we make it the worst drama you've ever seen? But I think it's only a comedy because everyone like gets married at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, well, there's that for sure. Anyway.
Oh God.
Enough about Merchant of Venice. This is about my favorite.
Yeah.
It also has to be like my least favorite play. Although it's not all bad, but it is a little bit tedious. But anyway, this one's fun.
It is.
So, oh my God. Okay. So I told you. Okay. So also our other set of characters are the Mechanicals. They're a troupe, a play. They're like an acting troupe.
They're like an amateur. They're like your local community theater group, but worse, significantly worse.
Yeah.
With like a dollar budget, like a $1 budget.
grown-up theater kids who are not self-aware
and are not actually very good at theater or any part of theater.
No.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're having fun.
They're having a great time. I was just like, you want to have a great time in front of the like king and queen or whatever with your, like at the royal wedding. They're like preparing a play that they want to perform at like the royal wedding or whatever. And I'm like, you really feel confident enough about your production that that's what you want to do?
I'm like, you guys surely have been booed off the stage before. I don't understand how you guys are still so confident.
They're so confident. They're complete. They really are idiots. They're the comedic relief in a comedy. Like somehow they're still the comedic relief.
Yeah, it's very much this is the same type of characters as like in Much Ado About Nothing, the police guys. Yeah. It's like the same thing. Yeah. Shakespeare loves to do it. But yeah, so the leader of the troupe is named Bottom. And he is iconic.
He is iconic.
I love him. So so the troupe is getting ready for their play because they're going to do it at Theseus and Hippolyta's wedding. Theseus is getting married to Hippolyta.
Yeah.
So so that's what they're up to. But back to the lovers. Hermia and Lysander are like walking around. There's like this scene where she's like, they're all like, yay, we're going into the woods. And she's like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. He's like, ready to get frisky. And she's like, pass. And so
it was good. She's like, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, that's totally what I was thinking. I also thought that. I was totally not trying to hit on you. But so they're
so good.
Chilling out. And then also Helena has followed Demetrius into the woods at this point.
Yeah,
and Demetrius is like, I gotta find Hermia. And I know. And Helena is just tagging along, and he's like, stop following me. Oh my God. He's like, why won't you love me, bitch?
Pretty much, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna straight kick you if you don't leave me alone. And I'm like, bro. But I get it.
He's like, I have had enough.
These people do not seem suited for each other at all.
I don't know. They're both a little insane. Maybe
they are. They're a little obsessive. But I mean, he's following.
Oh, that's true.
A Hermia or whatever, and Helena's following him.
Yeah, could be. I just want to know like what it was like when they dated before. I am very curious.
Yeah, because like, did they both have third wheel energy then too? Because right now they're like two third wheels. They could just become a bicycle and be happy, but no, they're both like, I would rather be the third wheel.
I love being unloved.
Oh God.
Hermia and Lysander are totally unbothered. They're like, whatever. But yes, so basically while they're arguing, Puck and Oberon are in like the woods there too, and they overhear what's going on, and Oberon is like, yo, okay, you know that sweet love potion thing that we have? And Puck is like, word. And so Oberon's like, we need to fix these guys up. Oh no, Puck's not even there because he doesn't remember, he doesn't know. Anyway, Oberon tells them about them, I think.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, you need to go put the love potion on the guy wearing Athenian clothing out in the woods. Mm-hmm. And Puck is like, okay, awesome. Did I do anything for you, King? So
he's like, no further instructions needed. I got you.
Don't even worry about it. I'm Puck. And so he's got this stuff. And mistakenly, shenanigans, he first runs into Lysander and Hermia. And so he's like, oh, a guy in Athenian clothing. Awesome. Job done. So he enchants Lysander instead. And so then when Lysander wakes up, who is coming through the clearing but Helena? Because she's lost Demetrius. And so Lysander sees Helena, which is the first person he sees upon waking. And that's how it works. It's whoever you see after you wake up. And so now he's desperately in love with Helena. And so Helena is like kind of thinks that he's being mean to her, like pulling a joke on her because she's obviously in love with Demetrius and Demetrius doesn't love her. And she's like, bro, what the hell? I thought we were buddies. And Lysander is like, I literally don't care at all about Hermia. I'm all about Helena now. I'm a Helena girl. Wait, I'm a Helena guy.
And so, now you had it right the first time.
And so he like ends up following Helena out of the clearing, and Helena doesn't know Hermia's there. And so then Hermia wakes up and is all alone, and she's had a bad dream that like a snake was gonna eat her, and Lysander was like, haha, I hope that snake does eat you, bitch. And so then she wakes up and she's like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. Where is my boyfriend? And so then she's wandering around the woods looking for her BF. And so they're all, you know, all sorts of places. And then we get back to our boys in the acting troupe. And basically,
I don't want to claim them as our boys. No.
Yeah, fair enough. So basically, Oberon has already shared his plan with Puck, which is that he wants to use the potion on Hippolyta. I mean, not Hippolyta sounds like a fairy name, so I always get them confused. He wants to use the potion on Titania. Because he's trying to embarrass her because he's so mad at her. So
this is such like a petty, like married couple type prank to pull. Like he's just like, insane. I'm gonna be petty.
He's so like, fine. If you don't get what I want, I'm just gonna be mean about it. And so he so Puck is like looking, he's like kind of observing the acting troupe trying to get their stuff together. And he's like, wow, these guys suck. But he change it. Oh, this is so bad.
It's so
basically bad. Bottom gets transformed. So his head is a donkey's head.
Just his head.
And they make a lot of ass jokes.
Yeah.
Shakespeare was for the people, you guys.
God, he really, really was.
So a bunch of ass jokes. Bottom is a hideous, weird monster guy now. And so everybody is like, what the hell? And they hightail it out of there. And God, I keep saying Hippolyta. Titania gets magicked by Puck, and she ends up seeing Bottom when she wakes up and falls desperately in love with Bottom, who is a donkey guy now, which is absolutely unhinged.
It's
like amazing. What was Shakespeare on?
I have no idea. It is so good. She spends like the next like, and she gets all of her like servants to like wait on him, and Bottom is just like, well, this is the best day of my life. And she's like, you are so beautiful with your soft long ears, and she's just like, he's the most beautiful creature my eyes have ever beheld. And you are like, how is this happening? How is this allowed to happen?
It feels like it should be illegal. It is so funny though. Like,
it is so
okay, Oberon
good.
was right. It is kind of funny. Like,
no, it was. Listen, Oberon's ideas. I was like, listen, he has good ideas. Like the execution does not turn
good. Yeah,
but the idea, the intent was understandable. I feel like both times he was just like, make the Athenian fall in love with the girl who's in love with him. He's just being a prick.
Yeah,
and I was like, no, honestly, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was honestly trying to help out. Like,
yeah, really exactly. I mean, he just thought it'd be a funny joke with Titania, and guess what? He was right. It was funny.
And no notes. Very funny.
No notes. Oh God.
So that's going on. Oberon's like, this is the most lit thing I've ever seen. Puck is like, oh my God, this is crazy.
I know. And Bottom is just like, I have no idea what's going on, but like, I don't want it to stop. Like he's
he's vibing, dude.
He's vibing so hard the whole time he's got the donkey head.
He really doesn't question anything that much. He's like, oh, sure. Why wouldn't the Queen of the Fairies be in love with me?
Yeah.
Even if I didn't have a donkey head, I would still be like, oh, she's way out of my league, you know?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
no, he
Not
doesn't even
bottom.
really worry about
He's got the unbridled, unearned confidence of a Renaissance man.
He's like, yes, this is my birthright. And
Oh God.
so while oh wait a second. Oh yeah, so then Helena and no. This is when Demetrius comes for somehow Puck and Oberon see Demetrius, and Oberon's like, oh, there's the guy, and Puck is like, wait, that's not the guy I used the magic potion on. And Oberon's like, oh, dang it. So then they realize they've messed everything up, and this is when the four get back together. They like run into each other, the four lovers do, and they realize everything is messed up. And so both Lysander and Demetrius are in love with Helena now, which is the opposite of how we started. So Helena thinks they're just being super mean to her and making fun of her, and Hermia is like, literally, what the hell is going on? And so at first they're both like, girl, what is happening? And they're like, I don't even know. And Hermia's like, hey, don't be so mean to her, you guys. Like,
yeah, she's like
funny.
trying to defend her. Yeah,
I know.
She's like, that's my friend, stop being mean. And Hilda's like, yeah, thanks, Hermia. And then and then like, what is it, Lysander goes, no, I hate her, I don't even want to look at Hermia anymore. Like, I would rather her die. And you're like, bro, like,
really mean about it. I'm like,
he's being really mean. Yeah.
And so things start to turn a little nasty. And so then they're all having a big fight, and Helena is like going at Hermia, and
well, Hermia's finally
fun of her
like
for being short.
Yeah, Hermia's like, well, actually, you know what? Maybe you did betray me, Helena. Like, have you been trying to like entice these men away from me this whole time? And so Helena's like, WTF, Hermia, of course I wouldn't do that to you. And they get in like the most hysterical cat fight that's ever been written.
They are going at it.
They are. And Helena's really short, and we know this because all
Hermia
of the insults,
is short.
Hermia is short. Did I get it wrong again?
Yeah,
I did. Hermia is really short, and so all of the insults that Helena's like throwing at her are about how short she is. She calls her an acorn. And
you acorn. I used to be obsessed with that line.
It is so funny to me. If we got in a fight, you could say that to me. It would be funny.
Though she be but little, she is fierce.
You acorn.
You acorn. And so then everything is going bad. I'm sure it must have been so fun to watch though, like 100%. To see all of them go at it.
Yeah, they're all like, girl fight.
And I'm like, what the hell? Because also Lysander and Demetrius were like, I hate you at the beginning, because Demetrius was trying to get with Lysander's GF.
Yeah.
And now they're like kind of fighting, but also a little bit like, bro, yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah. Like, bro, you like seen Helena? Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
Helena's so foxy.
And
then everything goes to shit. And so basically then they all kind of, I think this is when they fall asleep again. Because later
Oberon's like, fix it.
Yeah. So Puck is like, oh, whoops. So he basically he fixes it. So he magics the right people, and when they wake up, Lysander's back in love with Hermia. Demetrius is in love with Helena, which is interesting because it's actually Demetrius is the only one who stays magicked, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what are the ethics of this? But
the ethics are horrible of all of this and everything Shakespeare's ever written. The ethics are not why we read Shakespeare.
Well, not everything, but this is like, I just wonder what he's trying to say about it, because I almost feel like we kind of got into this in one of my classes about like, what does this mean about what he thinks about like love, like, because I feel like a lot of the times it's sort of like you know, in like a Romeo and Juliet way where they're like meet and then they're instantly in love, and it's like almost like a fate thing. Like love is just a thing that happens and it's fate. And then in this instance though, everything gets really convoluted, and it's almost like we had to trick Demetrius into doing the thing that we wanted so that it would be a comedy at the end. It's very interesting to me. But
I feel like this might be one of those instances where like sometimes like when an author says the sky is blue, it's just because the sky is blue. I feel like maybe Shakespeare was just like, that'd be funny. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
I mean,
we'll have
he's
the
right
happy ending. I know. I don't know if he was trying to say anything by that, but I don't know. I'm not Shakespeare's #1 fan, so maybe I just don't get him.
Well, I think there might be something, but I don't know. It's hard to, everything you can read your own way, you know.
It does feel like an ethical question though, that he remains magic. Yes. And part of me is like, yay, Helena's loved. And I'm like, is it genuine though? Because he wouldn't love her if he wasn't under a spell. Yeah.
Exactly. And maybe I'd feel worse about it if he hadn't already liked her before and wasn't being a dick the whole book. Like if he if he was a nicer guy, maybe I'd feel like, oh, we shouldn't do that. But I'm like, nah, you were just ruining everything anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. I don't condone it, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah. And you know, fairies are going to be fairies. They're just mischievous.
Yes, they are. Yep.
So yeah, so everything's fixed, and then Oberon's like, all right, you need to fix Bottom too. So Puck fixes Bottom, and so then Titania's not in love with him anymore. She gets unmagicked as well. And so while everything is like the dust is settling here, who shows up in the woods but Theseus, the Duke of Athens. And so he's like, what's up, guys? And they're like, oh my god, hey. They've
also been magic to think that everything that happened in the forest was a dream, so they'd have no memory of fighting or being in love with the wrong person, so they thought it was just a dream when they wake up.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. Whoa. And so they're like, oh, that was so weird. Anyway, I guess we're in the woods.
Yeah, what a weird group dream we had. Moving on.
Why are we all hanging out? Okay, whatever. So Theseus shows up, and also like Hermia's dad is there, I think, and they're like, hey, it's the day you're supposed to decide. And Hermia's like, anyway, Demetrius ends up being like, I'm not actually in love with Hermia anymore. I'm all about Helena now. So we can just kind of drop the whole me and Hermia getting married thing. Yeah. And Theseus like, okay, well, this works out. Hey, you guys want to come to my wedding?
Yeah, he's like, hey, want to have a triple wedding? And they're like, yeah, bro, totes, let's do it.
This is sick. So they all go back to Athens. Yay, we're so having fun, and we're all BFFs now. And they're like, having a great time. And also our well, I guess we don't want to claim them, but the acting boys, they find out that their play is like a finalist, I guess, to like get in for the wedding.
What are they competing against here?
After the wedding, we kind of cut to like the play. So after that, the wedding and stuff, Theseus is like, hey, let's have a play so we can, hang out, and that'll be fun to have a play. And so the guy is giving them the options for like the entertainment, and they're like, somebody goes, oh yeah, those guys are horrible, let's do that. So they all know going in that this is going to be a terrible play, but they're like, it's almost like when we watch a movie that's bad on purpose so that we can make fun of it.
Yes.
That's what
100%.
They're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. 100%.
And so the play goes on, and it's so bad, but it's like they did funny things, like have a person represent moonlight, because there has to be moonlight in the scene, otherwise they can't see each other.
Yeah, and then, a wall. A person has to be a wall.
Yeah. And they do that thing where they like explain everything before they do it. Yeah. Because so there's no confusion. And also they were really worried that the ladies were going to be upset about there being like a death and also a lion. And so they feel like they have to explain everything.
It is so funny. I will say I've seen this played in multiple different interpretations of A Midsummer Night's Dream, like on the stage. And this is almost always my favorite scene for no other reason than it's so bad. I love so much when great actors act like bad actors because it's like in context. And it is so funny. And it's impossible not to laugh at how awful this scene is. It's so delightfully horrible.
It's hilarious. I know. Yeah. And I feel like from a narrative standpoint, I was thinking about it and I was like, it's kind of weird that we have like the whole resolution of the play and then also there's this other play within a play tacked on to the end kind of. Yeah. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, no, Shakespeare knew what he's doing. He was like, we're going to end with the big laughs.
He's just saving them all up.
Yeah. Also, we had the guys doing a play, so we had to have the payoff. I get what he was doing. 100%. But and so so the play goes terribly, and the play is just kind of like doing the play, and then the characters like making remarks about the play while it's happening, which is funny. Yep. They're like MST3King the play. And so and so so then that's over and they're like, yay, good job everybody. I mean, not really, but we enjoyed it. And so then all the lovers go to have sexy times.
Yes, they do.
And then we get a little like, epilogue stuff from
our boy
like Oberon
Puck Robin.
Yeah, Puck is like doing his little epilogue, and that's the end of the play.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hooray! Definitely the most enjoyable of Shakespeare's plays, in my opinion.
I really, really love it. I think this is the 5th time I've read it. It makes me so happy. And it's also like, I feel like if you haven't read any Shakespeare before, but you want to, you should read this one because it's not hard to understand, really.
Yeah.
And it's funny. And the stakes are extremely low.
It's so enjoyable because
there's almost no stakes at all.
I know. Maybe that's also part of why I enjoy it. I'm like, I am not one bit stressed about the outcome of this play.
Literally anything could happen. I'm gonna be like, all right.
It's straight fluff, and I am so okay with it. I have no problem with that at all.
I love
so good.
The humor. I love the aesthetic, amazing aesthetic. Because it's almost like creepy fairy, but not really. It's more just like how the woods is kind of weird, Yeah. It's like, ooh, we're weird fairies. But like ooh,
we're magical and mischievous, but fun instead of evil.
Yeah,
we're kind of just pranksters. We're not like killing people and stealing babies. So
we're more like we're for fun, And even at the end,
I'm like the fun fairies. We're not like exactly. I'm like a cool fairy.
We're the cool fairies. Titania and Oberon even like bless Athens at the end. They like do a big like, yay, we're all chill, everybody's chill, and we're all gonna have sexy times. And like, because they're all looking out for everybody. It's very interesting. Very nice fairies, honestly, compared to like most lore.
100%. This play is a little bit all over the place, but I enjoyed that too. I feel like it was kind of like, I feel like Shakespeare had like a really wild night and he had a bunch of ideas and he was like, what can I do with all of these ideas? How could I possibly combine them into one play? And he did the damn thing.
He definitely did it. He did it.
So enjoyable. Well, what was your favorite and least favorite part?
I don't even know if I have a least favorite part, like, because the whole thing is so low stakes. But I guess it's a little bit like, oh, dang it, whenever Lysander is like, oh, I'm in love with Helena now, and just leaves Hermia in the woods.
That was
while
pretty
she's
sad.
Having a nightmare.
that was definitely sad. Yeah.
My favorite part is I just like all the weird fairy descriptions, like when Peas Blossom and mustard seed and everybody are like saying weird fairy stuff, and I
Uh-huh.
love Puck's weird fairy monologues. I like all the weird
I
fairy
enjoy
stuff.
his too. I do love all the fairy stuff as well. I think my least favorite part was when Hermia and Helena turned against each other. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, yo, you guys know your friendship has to survive this. Like, just assume something weird happened. Like, you're in the woods. Weird shit happens in the woods, okay? Move on. Don't hate
Come
each
on,
other.
girls.
Come on, be better.
Yeah.
Anyways, that it just made me sad. That was the part I was stressed about. Every time I watch it, I'm always like, no, friends, no.
I can't believe you guys have survived this long as friends with all this drama, and this is what does you in.
That's exactly. I'm like, this shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's very clear something weird is going on. And then favorite part, it's hard. A part of me thinks it's just so funny that Titania fell in love with Bottom with a donkey head. And part of me just loves so much all of their stupid, ridiculous scenes together. Oh, it's so hard to pick a favorite part because they're so funny. And like I said, like my favorite part to see on stage, not, I don't know about all-time favorite, but like one of my top 3 favorite parts to see on stage is the stupid end of like when the actors are doing like their little performance at the end and it's so bad. Yeah. Maybe that, just because it's hard to pick a favorite. It's all so good. I mean, everything that happens in the forest is great.
Yeah, I like the whole thing, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's a jaunty 2 hours, basically, if you listen to it. So
it is, yeah.
So there's really nothing you can. I mean, it's very tight, I guess.
It's very tight. Jaunty is a good word for it. It is jaunty. I listened to it all in one go and at normal speed, and it was only like an hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, it's a fun time. What about favorite and least favorite characters?
See, that's tough again because I like all the characters in some way. I think they're kind of funny.
That's funny.
I guess favorite character though, I don't know. I guess I like Puck, but just he's so iconic. See, this is boring because I'm just saying the iconic ones. I was about to say Puck or Bottom, but I also
Bottom. I don't think anyone is picking Bottom as their favorite character.
He's funny.
Oh my
I love
God.
his confidence.
I take note of his confidence. I find it absurd. I don't know that I like it. I'm like, dude, it's entertaining. He's
okay, I might be a little biased because Kevin Kline plays him in the movies.
So you're biased. That's why you like Bottom. His name is Bottom.
I know, that's why it's so funny.
And he gets turned into an ass. It's good. And it's still funny.
So funny too, because like even afterwards, and none of the characters know about what happened to him, but even during the play, somebody says like, "Oh, he's making an ass of himself," and I'm like, Shakespeare, please. It's so funny.
It is so good. Yeah, like that really doesn't resolve. Like, I mean, there's also like, it's funny because it's different even from other comedies because there's absolutely zero consequence for Oberon or Puck. Despite everything that they've effed up. Like Titania never, exactly, they just straight win. Titania never holds anyone accountable or doesn't like really think about it that much. Bottom doesn't really think about anything that happened. He wasn't really like surprised that he became a donkey. He wasn't really surprised when he turned back from a donkey. He was just like, oh, the servants won't serve me anymore. The fairy servants. What a bummer. Well, back to my play. And like zero consequences.
Fairy servants. I said berries. Okay. Anyway,
fairy servants. Yeah. What about least favorite character?
Hermia's dad.
Yes. There's like no other option. Everyone else is at least interesting. Hermia's dad is definitely least favorite.
He's mean.
Yeah, I mean, honorable mention for Demetrius because he's kind of being a bit of a dick. And I'm like, you threw over your girlfriend because you fell in love with Hermia, and now she's still in love with you. Yeah. So that was rough. I was just not a good look for Demetrius. So honorable mention, but he's not my least because he's allowed to feel however he wants. I just feel like he's probably like, he would drive me crazy. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. Clearly immature. And then favorite, I mean, I'm with Puck and Oberon as one unit of mischief. Yes. Has to be favorite character. But we wouldn't have the play without them.
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
That's good. See, what did we learn from this play?
Oh wait, did we want to do quote? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess we
that
can do
too.
what did we learn? What did we learn? We learned um let's not jump to conclusions before we start making fun of people's heights
Yeah.
and ruining lifelong friendships
Yeah, let's
over
not
two
jump to
boys.
conclusions. No boy is worth that.
No
Kick
boy.
them
Yes.
both to the curb if they're getting in the way. Oh my goodness.
You guys are besties. Come on.
Come on. If you are following this guy around and he's being a dick to you, and he's so clearly not interested, like, I know it's hard, girl, but like there are better boys out there. That one's a hard one. But like, okay, I get having like unrequited crush. Like that's pretty normal. But if he's like actively being a dick and telling you to go away, honey, you are this close to a restraining order. You'll be so much better off. Trust me, he doesn't deserve you anyways. Just let him go.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yep.
What else did we learn? I think if you happen to be in a situation where the queen of the fairies wants to have sex with you and also is giving you servants, just roll with it. Don't ask questions.
That's exactly what my next point was too. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I mean, that's the lesson we really learned is don't look a gift ass in the mouth. Instead of a gift horse.
Very good.
That is funny. Oh, okay. Yeah. What about favorite quotes?
Okay, there are some really iconic and very good quotes in this one.
Yeah, there are.
Like, I don't know if this is a spoiler. I'm guessing you probably didn't pick it, but this isn't mine. But like, this is the play that The Course of True Love Never Did Run Smooth is from. So talk about iconicism.
It is iconic.
But yeah. I think mine is love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. I think that's so good.
So good. Another iconic one, it's not my favorite, but an iconic one is Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Yes,
it's just so true.
Lord, what fools these mortals be.
See, I forgot to pick a quote, so I'm trying to like look through quotes right now because I'm the worst. I was too busy Sparks noting people's names and then mixing them up anyways. My dog is losing his mind.
Also, I saw a thing about in one of these in one of the lines they say something about like apple in your eye, and I was wondering if Shakespeare made up apple of my eye.
He made up so much stuff I would not be
because he very well might have.
Yeah, you should look it up. I found my quote also, so I'll read my quote while you look it up. This is one that's just so well put. And sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company. Which I feel like I love being asleep, and I can't quite pinpoint what it is I like so much about being asleep, but I think it's this, that I'm like not even like keeping company with myself. I'm like off, so my brain is like not even in my own body anymore when I'm asleep. It's so nice. It's like the ultimate introvert. Like I don't even have to be kept company by my own person when I'm asleep, and it is amazing. So peaceful. It's good. And then of course though she be but little she be fierce or whatever. That's a good one too. How can you every short girl is like, yeah, hooray, I'm fierce and little. I'm an acorn.
I'm an acorn. I'm a less than minimum thing.
I'm a fierce little acorn. I want that on a shirt. So we all like it, but we're not original for liking it, but I don't care.
Hermie is a short queen representative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, did you find out, did he make up apple of
okay, I couldn't fully find out just in this time I was looking it up.
We can red pen point it.
Yeah, we'll red pen point it and I'll just bring it up next time.
That works for me. I think that's all of our book discussion stuff, isn't it? Pinkies up. How many pinkies up would you give this book or play?
For me, I'm giving this one 5 pinkies up because I love it. I've read it many times and it never fails.
I'm going to shock you. I'm going to give this 4.5 pinkies up.
Whoa. That's a lot.
I thought you would like that. Yeah. Because I mean, I love comedy. So
yeah.
It was if I was going to give any Shakespeare play a high score, it was going to be this one. So of course it got a high score. I just love the absurdity. I'm a huge fan of completely ridiculous things.
It's ridiculous.
So ridiculous. Okay. I think that's all we've got on this book for you guys. So if you guys want to keep up with us during the week, you can certainly do that. We are on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at That Pretentious Book Club. If you guys have some book recommendations you want to send over, we got an email this week actually from someone with more book recs. So thank you for sending that over. I think I want to say your email name was Skippy Smith, which was delightful to see in our inbox. So thank you for your recommendations. I replied there. But if you guys want to email us, same, if you have like book suggestions, or if you just want to talk about books, you can DM us or email us at contact@storysirenstudio.com. Our website is storysirenstudio.com. That's where you can go to learn more about the pod. Our episodes are up there. They're not always up to date, but they're up there as well if you wanted to see them online for some reason. And probably like most coolest of the website is that we've got a bunch of really cool merch. So you guys can go check that out if you want to support us there. You can also, if you want to support us, go to Patreon at storysirenstudio.com. There's multiple tiers you can join. Each tier gives you access to different exclusive content like bonus episodes, video episodes, because we record videos for most of our episodes these days, and those are up there just for our Patreon peeps, plus exclusive merch, which is kind of cool. So you guys want to support us, you can go there and do that. Otherwise, I think that's everything we've got for you. So until next week, keep your teacups full.
Your pinkies high.
And your book club
pretentious.
Goodbye.